Hi readers! Today we're going to be comparing character traits again, but we're going to do it in a new way. First, let's look back and remember what we did on Friday. You each created a T-chart for me. You had one side as Gerald and one side as Harold. Then you wrote the characteristics for Gerald under his side and Harold under Harold's side. Did a really good job with this. Most of you told me that you noticed there was some similarities, things they have the same, and some differences in Gerald and Harold. Gerald is very serious and careful. He is a planner. Harold was super carefree. He was silly and funny. So they had different inside traits. Now for the outside traits, we noticed they were both elephants, although some of you told me that the illustrations were very different. Gerald is drawn in a way where he looks flat. Madison called it flat like a table. And Harold was drawn in a way where there was a lot more detail. Sloan really got into the detail of how Harold was drawn. But they were both elephants, and they're both pretty much gray. Harold has good eyesight, and Gerald had glasses. Today, we're going to use a different type of chart to compare characters. It's called a Venn diagram. I'm going to write that down because that's a pretty big word. Can you say it? Venn diagram? Good. The first part of a Venn diagram is I'm going to draw kind of an oval shape, and it's going to take up a little more than half of my space. Looks like a sideways egg. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Do you see how parts of the ovals are separate, but there's also this part in the center where they overlap? This is the important part. So on this side, let's practice. Since we already know a lot about Gerald and Harold, let's practice using a Venn diagram to compare Gerald and Harold. So on this side, the side that is not connected, I'm going to write Gerald. And over here, I'm going to write Harold. Let's see. What did we say about Gerald? He was very careful. Let's write it down. Another way to say that was kind of serious. It's a planner. Somebody told me that he worries. Those are all things that describe Gerald. Let's talk about Harold. Harold is fun, right? Carefree, meaning not a care in the world. Maybe we could put a singer and a dancer. Loves to do those kinds of things. Now, have you noticed that we haven't written anything in the inside here? That area is for things that Gerald and Harold have the same. What kind of things do Gerald and Harold have the same? Well, we figured it out last time. They're both elephants, right? They're both gray. They both have trunks. And some of you clever cats told me they both have friends that are pigs, right? So today, we're going to do something pretty cool. You're going to get out your whiteboard and you're going to draw 2 ovals. I'm going to put it on pause for a second and clear off my whiteboard. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to get your whiteboard and you're going to draw 2 ovals. Make sure they overlap in the middle. It's not always easy to get this right the first time, so you might have to erase and try your ovals a couple times. Here's one oval. Here's the other. Okay, look, I put a really big space in the middle this time. That's probably pretty good. Then on this side, you're going to write Piggie. P-I-G-G-I-E. And on this side, you're going to write hog. H-O-G. I'm going to underline them. Then you're going to tell me things that are just about Piggie, things that are just about hogs, and the character traits that they have in common. They can be outside traits or inside traits. What do they have in common? Okay, I can't wait to see your Venn diagrams comparing Piggie and hog.